All right, let me make sure I got Marshall, Marshall,
LL.
and Jack is...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Executive producer, series director. I direct all the shows.
Director. Okay.
Unlike a TV series where they bring in a hired gun every week, we treat this like a film where the director is God and all must worship, right, Ralph?
That's correct.
Have you
Your
worked
Excellency.
on the other productions? This isn't your first production.
No.
What have
This
you...
is our third episode.
Oh, and you've been here right through.
And I've been
the whole...
here,
okay.
actually, it was James and I that came up with the concept of New Voyages. So James and I started this in April of 2003.
Are you gonna? You'll be okay to stand there, right? You
Oh,
won't move
sure.
Too much.
Sure. No,
Okay.
I won't move at all.
Because I won't be able to see once I...
I'm definitely a director. I know where to
Thank
stay.
you.
I know how to stay put.
All right. Well, I guess, Jack, just talk a little bit about being, with this production for, now it's its third year.
Right.
I guess what's it like being here now and doing your third episode?
Well, it's interesting. Star Trek New Voyages was started by James and myself about in April of 2003. New Voyages is my full-time job. This is what I do, and I could say for a living, but none of us get paid for it. What started as a lark is now something that's watched by 22 million people. As most people know, Paramount isn't putting out any new Star Treks. So what the fans out there are waiting for is us, and that's an overwhelming responsibility to carry on the mantle of the creator, Gene Roddenberry. My job here is to coordinate the scripts, get the scripts written, and direct the episodes. I edit the episodes, and I handle our PR. What we're doing really is what has been done through the ages with Shakespeare, from Shakespeare all the way to James Bond. And a lot of people were hesitant at first that we would recast these iconic characters of Kirk, Spock, McCoy, etc. And my point was that it wasn't about the actor playing the part, it was the message that the character was giving us. And I was raised on classic Trek, and to me, it just seemed that these characters still had something to tell us. Many of us learned our life lessons watching how Kirk and Spock and McCoy were friends and how they dealt with issues and got in and out of trouble together. And for me, here as we stand on this retro 60s set, I look around and say, this show still has life in it. We're shooting it not as a tribute, not as a retro look back at how it was done in the 60s. We're shooting this show like Alias or like Lost or any of the popular shows today. Steadicam, fast movement, but still set amongst these sets. And some people look at these sets and go, the retro look, and that's not what we think the future looks like. But the fact is that these sets were built in a time where even today they hold up under modern shooting conditions. The show is just, it's a message show. It's not about, it's not about ships, it's not about technology, it's about what we're teaching and what our characters are teaching the audience. The original series was a message show. It taught us about racism and money conflicts and war and what have you. And when it comes down to it, I personally felt that these characters still had something to say. And what we're saying in this episode is that we all grow old. And how do we deal with that aging process? How do we deal with the things that happen to our bodies as we pass through our 20s and into our 40s and 60s? Reprising his role from the 1960s show is Walter Koenig. And again, this is a very personal story for all of us. This is what Walter is going through right now. He's 68 years old. He was 31 when he started the show. And for us, and as I enter my 40th year, my 40th birthday being next year, as well as Star Trek's 40th birthday being next year. The whole aging process and the maturing process is a lesson that I think we are open to hearing, and one that should be heard. We all go through it.
Why was it important for you to jump onto this project?
Star Trek really gave me my start in the business in the first place. When I was a kid and didn't know better and watched the show, I thought it was real. I could beam up to the ship anytime. And then when I realized it was what it was, all I wanted to do was then figure out how they did it. So beginning the time I was 10 years old, I began acting at the Cincinnati Playhouse in the Park. Putting on plays, eventually moving into directing and film from theater. And, it was Star Trek that got me into the business in the first place. So here I've come full circle, and now not only am I a director and a television or independent film producer, I'm directing the show that got me started in the first place. And not only directing the show, but also directing one of my childhood heroes, Walter Koenig, which is a little not intimidating, but it's certainly bizarre. It's certainly bizarre.
Surreal almost.
Yeah, very surreal. Very surreal.
I guess there's been a lot of talk, people saying, oh gosh, they're in Port Henry. It's a small town.
Right.
Do you still feel like you can give the viewers on the internet the same quality as if you were, in California?
I think we actually, what comes from love, I think shows on screen. This is our third episode. I've never seen us shoot better footage. I've never seen us have better lighting. I've never seen us. We're growing as well as the show, and it's just, really, we've shown it to people out in California, and they were so excited with it that they're here. Academy Award winner Kevin Haney, who won the Academy Award for Driving Miss Daisy, is standing in the other room, and coming to me as the director, and I'm like, dude, this is a little weird, but these people also got their start, wanted to go into the business because of their original love for Star Trek, and to work with these people, multiple Emmy Award winners, multiple Academy Award winners, it's just amazing. They are here for one reason only, the message and the love of the show, and I think that for us it's just an amazing experience to be working with this caliber of folks. Good?
I didn't know that was a From show.
Yeah.
Hi, Ralph.
I had another question for you. I mean, we can't take pictures of them being made up.
I'm going to check. I believe
It'd be nice to show that process.
I believe I can get you in there to get some
That'd
B-roll
be
at least.
wonderful.
Good. We'll go in mobile and we'll go in.
Sure. Let me check on that for you, and then we shall
Thank
continue
you
our
very much
trek.
for your help.